Hi, this is Mr. Campagna. Today we're going to talk about some methods to get students to collaborate asynchronously using Google Docs. So as you can see, one of the tasks for today is for students to create an anti-universe. They're going to use their knowledge of science to describe what they think an anti-universe would look like. Now, we do need this to be scientifically grounded, and we do need students to collaborate. So let's talk about some of the tools they have at their disposal to make sure that everyone has a say in the project and that they can effectively collaborate. All right, so when students first jump into Google Docs, they're going to have a few options on how to do this. One student can make the original document and then they could share it with one another. So for example, I have my example document here, which is currently blank. Students can then go over to the top right and they'll notice a blue button that says share with a lock icon. Currently, this document is private only to the author. Now, in order to collaborate, the document must be shared. So click the share button. Students then have the option to type in individual names. So they could literally type in who it's going to. And if you're all are on the same domain, those names will auto-populate. And then you could change this. So for example, my school, high school for medical, would be available to only those students. But I might want to have it for anyone with the link. So that's one point where students might get snagged. They could always click the copy link button here and then manually share it if they just want to send it as an email. And you can give them rights. Please make sure that the students know that they need to select editor. If they select commenter, they'll only be able to make comments, but they will not be able to edit that final document. Marking all students as editors would probably be best so each person's voice can be heard in the final product. Now, if they're outside the organization, you'll have a warning here that says that this person is not in the Google Workspace organization. And then you have the choice to share anyway. It's just there to prevent accidentally sharing sensitive information with someone outside your organization. So now that we've added collaborators, multiple students can now edit a document. All right, so the next part of this video, I've typed up a quick template here with some sample information in it. You could actually create something like this, share that with one student from each group, or share it to each student within the group, and then have them collaborate and edit themselves. But one thing I do want to show you is in the top right corner, we do have a drop down here that has several options. We've got editing, suggesting, or viewing. You want to make sure that when students share the document or when you share it to your students, that you are making them full editors. By selecting suggesting in the top right here, you'll see that the button turned green, and then any edits that are being done here will show up as a comment. For example, if I think this first sentence in here is unnecessary, I could highlight it and then delete it. Then you'll see a strike through runs through the sentence. As far as the description here, it comes up with a comment box. It says, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, delete. Okay. Or you can notify your collaborators by using the @ symbol, and then you'll get a list of suggested names. If everyone agrees, you can then click the check mark and it will delete that entry. So discussions and collaborations can take place between students in these comment boxes that we have here, but that relies on an edit being made in a document for those to appear. What you can do is go up into the top right and you'll see this little comment box with a plus sign in it. You can create a new comment. And this comment may or may not be linked directly to anything on the screen. If you have it highlighted and then you click it, it can be. But so for right here, I could say, what next? You again now have this check mark. If you click the check mark, it will resolve it and it will go into the comment history. Under more options, you have the option to edit your comment, delete it, or link to this comment. If a student may want to reach out to someone in particular in the group, you can copy the link and then they can email them directly. The other student would then receive this link. They can click through it and it'll bring them right into the middle of the conversation. Let's click the check mark. Now you'll notice it disappeared, but really it flew up to the top right. If you click the comment history, you'll see there it is. What next? And I marked it as resolved. Now, since all students will be editors, they'll have the ability to create and resolve comments, which really facilitates collaboration. So if you start off with a template document, kind of like the one that I have here, and you share that with the student groups, you'll then have the ability to take a look at that conversation that's happening between students. Remember, you always have the option to go up here and read what students are saying to one another. You can also go to this icon here that looks like a lightning bolt with an arrowhead. When you click on it, it'll show you if it has any viewers, comment trend, how active students have been and during what time periods, and the sharing history. So when did that student actually join the group? And lastly, if you want students to present their information in a more formal environment, it might be better to start off with Google Slides. And all those same exact features and steps that I showed you with Google Docs apply here as well. You have your comment boxes and you have your same share settings. The only thing that's different here is you have the option to present. So that's pretty much it. That's probably one of the easiest ways we can get students collaborating asynchronously utilizing the Google platforms. The big thing here is to make sure that all students are engaging, and that's why it might be nice if you are listed as a collaborator on each one of these group projects. I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching.